Jared PolandFroKnowsPhoto.com, and these are your raw edits of the week, number 52 of this wedding photo that I put up. That was an interesting edit, not the easiest thing to edit in the world, but there were some very, very interesting ones. What I pull out, 15 different examples, and like I say every week, if you don't see your photo here, it's not because it's not good. It's not because it's really just I didn't pick it. You know, there's a lot that I go through and try to pick out the unique ones or ones that I think are spot on. But you also have to remember that this is just me looking at it. And if somebody else was to look at these photos, they may pick 15 totally different ones than me because they see images a little different. That's why in the past, we've had other people sit in and pick the images for the top, not the top, but for the different raw edits that you guys do, and I'm going to continue to do that in the future. Find other people to give their opinion and pick the photos so that it's not just me picking. We'll get Adam to do it more. I know Adam Rosenberg did it last week or 2 weeks ago, and he did a great job. So, here we go. Let's dive into it and see what we've got. What I thought was interesting about this is they took the bride out of the image. The color is great, and they added the extra part of the dress. They took the time, Amir took the time to go ahead and just do something different. First off, I really like the edit of the color. I think it's they took a lot of the yellow out, they made it look good, and then they took the bride out of this image, which is pretty damn unique and built onto the dress. And I find this to be a really, really cool looking edit. There's also about 8 or 9 edits that you guys did on ScreenFlow or by capturing your screen, which is awesome. So definitely check those out on YouTube as video responses to the week 52 raw video. Really good. So let's go to the next image. This was this one. Now we go to this one. What a tough image to find the right crop, and this is pretty close. And also, I like the split tone. So it's a tough crop to deal with personally, because I tried this, and you see how much quality you lose when you're cropping something almost like 90% of the way. But this worked pretty well. It shows the nice expression on her face. The veil is glowing. The color is interesting. But again, the quality you start losing is a little over the top. So, I mean, that's why I chose not to do a crop like this, but I wanted to just show this as one of the options that somebody did. Here's another one that somebody built onto the dress. Pretty cool again. I mean, it makes her look like she's 8 million miles tall, but I like the processing. I like how the background gets blown out more than it was in the image, and I like how the focus becomes the bride. The only thing is she does now look 12 feet tall because of that dress being added to the front. But I thought it was a cool edit and a nice job taking the time to do that. Here's just a regular type of edit. A little on the yellowish side, even for me, but I like the contrast. I like the tones. I like how the veil is there. It's not blown out like I did in my image, but they kept the face looking really good, and everything else along those along those lines looks great as well. Same thing, we have a color edit with a tighter crop. They also photoshopped out what was on her arm. I don't know if it was a scratch or a bug bite or something, but it's good. But you can see how we're losing quality as we crop. One of the main reasons why we don't crop is just for that. But I think this is a nice color edit. The veil looks nice, and it looks pretty good. This was very, very, very unique from John Does No Photo. This is totally taken it to a major extreme, getting rid of everything in the background. I can still see that there's the trees and stuff back there. I probably would have taken that out. But this is a really, really extreme example, just keeping the arm, the dress, the veil. Everything is gone except for her expression, her arm, and the flowers. And I thought it was pretty unique, a nice change of events or a nice change of ideas that you could see for this type of image. So that's why I pointed it out. Nice sepia look. It's nice and clean. The nice edit, and that's why it's it's that simple. It's a nice sepia edit, and I think it works well because you lose all this color in the background from the Sunoco that's sticking out there, and worked well. Yeah, somebody went ahead and did a nice crop of the flowers. This kept the quality pretty well, which I'm pretty surprised about, but you can see a little bit of the noise and grain coming in on the hands, but this is a nice creative crop. It's like they used their, See the World keychain to view how the image should be cropped, and this looks good. This is a nice play on it. I like that you have the focus of just the flowers, And this is something that a second photographer would be shooting on a wedding. So keep that in mind. One guy may shoot the one angle, but then somebody else will come in and shoot a tighter angle of this. Moving on. Nice black and white edit. I think this is really strong, really solid. The background, of course, is still blown out a little bit. Not as much. I would love the background just to be gone. I mean, I would have totally changed where I've shot this, but, you know, the black and white edit is done very well. This is a very usable image, and a nice job done there. This is a little on the harsh side. It's like they took the clarity button and threw it way up and made it uber duper harsh. You know, I liked the tones that came in here, but I think it's a little too harsh on the edits. You know, a little over the top. So I'm just showing you here that what over the top looks like. If this was pulled back slightly on the clarity, maybe even the contrast. I know I said the contrast. It would be a little better, but it you know, I just wanted to point that out. This is a really, really good, clean color edit. I would like to see the face to be a little brighter, but for overall, it's showing you it's the end of the day. The veil looks really good. It's not blown out. There's a nice vignette added to the bottom. I probably would have added the vignette. Maybe it's not even added to the bottom. Maybe it's just there because of the way they processed it. But I think a vignette would have done this justice right here. This is a little like HDR-ish type look. But it's pretty interesting. I bet you, you know, if I was to show her these 15, it would be pretty interesting to see what she liked. Or it would have been interesting to have her sit there and go through all of the photos and pick out the ones that really grabbed her attention. But I like this. Even though it's kind of HDR-ish and a lot of processing, I like the way that the hand is, you know, the hands look, the arms look, the face looks. It's really cool. You know, it's like a little bit over the top with the fill lights, but I like it. It's got a cool feel to it, and I'm really happy with that one. Moving on, this is a really clean edit. It's not as over the top as that black and white a couple frames ago was. This is really nice. I think this is one of my favorite edits from here because it's not too yellow. The tones look great. The contrast looks great. The colors are spot on. This is probably my favorite for the processing here. Yeah, I like that one. Then we have a 3D one. This is just taking it to the extreme. I thought it was fun to look at this. You know, obviously it hurts the eyes just a little bit, but it's pretty interesting. And then that brings us to the very last one, where they used the liquefy button, I believe, or the liquefy tool in Photoshop, which I've never used, but they totally just liquefied and basically shrunk her arms and shrunk the waist, and it's pretty amazing what you can do with that tool. So I thought it was interesting to point out. I'd love to see a tutorial on that. If somebody wants to make a ScreenFlow and show me how you'd use the liquefy button, I'd be interested to watch that. But another great job for your raw edits of the week. This one was 52. Look forward to seeing what you come up with for week 53. But yeah, some cool stuff, some cool ScreenFlows. I do watch those ScreenFlows that you guys do, and I think everybody else should take a look when you get a chance. So that is it for this one. Nice job again, Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya!